Buddy, how's it going? Hope everyone's getting comfortable being conscious of their reality shifts. Today I have voting video number 240 for you in the incredible Mandela Effect voting video series. We're going to be covering Pillsbury Doughboy. Some of you have probably heard about this recently, and it's a definite change for me. It looks really odd. It looks worse than how I remember it. Like so many of these Mandela Effect changes, the way it is now is just not as good as it was. A lot of the things, the way we see them now, they're just not as good as the way they were before. It doesn't make sense. So anyway, we're going to get into this one here. Let's check this out.
Buns fresh from the tube.
Nothing says I love you like something from... What the hell are you doing, you crazy bitch?
These ought to cheer Brian up.
So Family Guy remembers the Pillsbury Doughboy like I do with this blue neckerchief here.
Here we have a vintage 1973 Pillsbury Doughboy cookie jar. Excellent shape, no chips, no cracks.
Just how I remember it.
Are you gonna be...
Alright, I don't know what that was, but they remember the blue neckerchief here. So I thought I'd throw that in there. The Simpsons, which have our memory with so many of these changes, also remember the blue neckerchief.
Excuse me, Mr. Burns.
Poppin' fresh, you glutinous little doughboy. Oh, there's something I've wanted to do to you for years.
It's funny how The Simpsons and Family Guy, the writers have so many memories from another time that a lot of us share. And they're documented throughout all the shows. It's just, that's a totally incredible thing that it's almost its own phenomenon in its own right. So let's see here. We got these little guys here with the blue neckerchiefs. Now this is how the Pillsbury Doughboy has always been, with the white scarf around his neck. Now, if he's all white, why would you have this white? It doesn't even stand out in some of the images. You can barely even see it. It makes no sense at all. This is how he's always been. It's just wrong. It's wrong. It's like so many of the other things. It's just not how it was. Now here's a Pillsbury, a vintage doll, which has the blue. So this is kind of strange. We're finding these vintage dolls. Usually you wouldn't find something like this. It would have the white neckerchief, which you wouldn't be able to see. Here's a tattoo. Someone put the blue scarf on. Kind of an interesting tattoo here. But anyway, that's beside the point. So go ahead and thumb this video up if you remember the blue scarf. Go ahead and thumb it down if you remember a white one. I remember a blue one from a time when VW didn't have a dash in the middle of the logo. And Pennzoil only had one N. South America was 1,000 miles to the west. Turmeric didn't have an extra R. It was just turmeric. Tom Hanks said life is like a box of chocolates. Well, it was like a box of chocolates, which is what's said now in this reality. But now we have learned that we have way more control over the chocolates that we end up with than we ever thought before. So the Mandela Effect has taught me that we're creating our own realities. That's why I always say go create the reality that you want. We're creating our realities. Our thoughts and beliefs are creating our reality. So this change with life is like a box of chocolates. That's how it was for me, and I think many of you as well before, but now it's life was like a box of chocolates is more fitting because we're talking about then and now and another time. Now, a lot of people, they can't deal with that, or they're just not experiencing it. Well, that's fine. They're just going to have to deal with the fact that there's a bunch of us that could see another reality where things were a lot different. So we'll just have to see where this goes. This is not going away. It's been kind of difficult, And I know it's been kind of difficult for a lot of you as well. Not having people to talk to, friends and family. When you first hit with this, you want to run and you want to talk to people and say, wow, can you believe this? And then when they just say no, that's not the way it ever was for me. And you throw a bunch of things at them. Some of them, they may even say, oh yeah, I eat Jiffy. And they say, well, Jiffy never existed. And they're just like, okay, I must have mistaken it for Skippy. Yeah, it's always been JIF. And they somehow magically in their own brain, they can just ignore the fact that they have a clear memory of Jiffy and say, oh yeah, I made a mistake. And they'll do that with a number of things because with the cognitive dissonance, they just can't accept the fact that what they remember is totally different from this reality. So I'm thinking of a little project that I've been wanting to do. I guess I'll kind of throw it out there now. Those of you who are still with me at this point in the video. I was thinking of putting together a compilation of people's experiences. Maybe you never made a YouTube video before. And this idea could maybe push you over the edge to where, in a positive way, to where you make a little 3-4 minute video talking about your experience, how you felt when it hit you, you know, what you think's going on. Just talking about the Mandela effect in a way that you can't really talk to anyone about it. And not everyone has a channel with 30,000+ subscribers. You can just throw a video out there and get a bunch of comments and talk to people about things. I mean, most of us don't have that opportunity. So, you know, I was thinking maybe a 3-4 minute video and I can put together maybe 10 of them and have a half-hour long video. And because I like to watch people, I find people that just have 6 subscribers or 10 subscribers and they make a little video. And they come out talking about how they discovered the Mandela effect and the impact it's had in their life and everything like that. And so I was thinking maybe I can throw together a compilation that everyone can watch. And then you could have your story. It has to be short, though, like 3-4 minutes. But you could have your experience, you know, watched by several thousand people. You know, I'll probably be able to get 4,000 or 5,000 views on the video. And then maybe we could set up a way where you could communicate or whatever. I just wanted to try and find a way to give back because it was such a huge help, all the comments, when I was going through this 2 years ago in the beginning. Because I really, besides my mother, had no one to talk to about this. I found a few people along the way, but the people I talked to the most in my life, my family, I just can't really talk to them. I mean, my mom's heard enough. She still allows me to talk about it, but she doesn't really think about it much. I mean, she knows things don't match her memory, but it's not that intriguing enough or just mind-blowing enough for her to every day to be thinking about it. But every day, I'm thinking about it. I get it's thrown in my face as I'm driving every day. You know, I see J.C. Penney, I see Staples, I see O'Reilly's or O'Reilly now. Auto Parts used to be O'Reilly's Auto Parts. I got that little jingle in my head with O'Reilly's. I mean, it's everywhere. So if you're impacted as much as I am with the Mandela effect, it doesn't go away. So I just wanted to try and do something to give back, maybe to help some people who kind of want to say something and just, I know how hard it is to talk to a camera. I started a channel in 2009, financial channel. Hence the name Moneybag73, for those of you who like to say, oh, look at the name. He's just doing this for the money. Yeah, I'm doing this for the big money. Those people are a total joke. Anyway, that's it. Let me know what you think of my idea. Putting together a little compilation of people's experiences. Just, you know, a few minutes for each one. And please vote on this. I will talk to everyone soon. I got a list of videos that I want to do. I have a few days here, so we'll see what I can put together. And go create the reality that you want, everyone.